Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. You quite remember sometime I took us through how to perform ruqya, or if we are going to speak the Tamari, the one will say to do ruqya. So how to prepare, that's the right way to use ruqya. And bear in mind, all that we are going to do is going to be based on the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That is what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam advised us to do. Not necessarily being seen doing it, but advised us to do, as in using the verses of the Quran to treat ourselves in certain ailments. So this is a bottle of Baltic. So any bottled water or any clean or pure water that you get, you can use it. Certifying or whatever container you want to use, you pour it. Make sure the container is also clean. Right? You pour the water in. The water could still be in the container whilst you do the citation over it. But if it's going to be in a large quantity, you cannot just leave it in one container. You have to pour all, so that once you can just recite over and then refill them back into the bottle. So do not waste your time again going to any ruqya center for them to prepare ruqya for you. These are some of the reasons why I am not liked by the people of Tamale, because things that are made secret are being made public for you to enjoy. So this is rose water. If you go and search about it, it has health benefits, anti-inflammation, and other benefits that this rose water contains. So it's also antioxidant. Those who are the Sukkur people will understand. So preferably we add it to it. Depending on the quantity you want, you add it to it. You add it to it. Opened. This is for one person, right? So that's one. I'm taking my time to do it so that you will also be able to do it successfully. So take your time and go through the video. I'm going to be giving out a very nice Quran, and I'm going to hide a particular number in this video. If you are able to find the number and bring them together, then you are winning that particular Quran. So this is the second one. Poured into. So you could add 3, 4, 5, depending on the number you want. Not only that, we also have Ma'ul Zamzam. We know that the Prophet ﷺ says that this can treat every ailment or sickness, right? The Prophet said that. So, and it contains barakah. And so because of that, we can add it to it. Do you be a young mama? Suka chongo. So we open it, we pour everything into it. And if you are able to get larger quantity of the Ma'ul Zamzam, then you can use it without even water. You can use the Zamzam alone if you have it plenty without using water. So we are using water because we are limited in this. And so to maximize it, we'll mix it with it to maximize the quantity of this. Once this barakah touches other forms of water, it brings it into its state. Right? So that's why we are adding it to it. This is the third one. It doesn't matter. No matter the number doesn't matter. You can add and add and add and add. Rakib, jump to take up a share. So that's the fourth one we are adding. Don't go to any Rukia center for them to tell you their Rukia is special, is sold as 50 Ghana cedis, 100 Ghana cedis, 500 Ghana cedis a gallon, or 4 gallon. What is that? Don't go anywhere. Just sit down, do this. As I'm done mixing them together, now the recitation part. You remember we spoke about a hadith where the Prophet ﷺ sent some companions to do something for him. So on their way going, they met a village where the king of the village was bitten by a snake. Some would say a scorpion. And so they did all they could. The poison was not going out and he was in pain. So what happened next? They saw the companions and they spoke to them about it. The companions also seeked from them some food, but they refused them the food. So when they also confided in them as to the ailment of their king, the companions then said that, okay, if that's the case, we will treat him. And when we treat him, you are also going to give us in return this particular number of sheep and food and whatever. So they agreed. And then one of them recited Surah Al-Fatiha over the king, where the snake or the scorpion bit. And then he regained his health. And so when they returned back with the items they received from the people, and they told the Prophet about it, the Prophet asked the one who recited the Surah Al-Fatiha that, who told you that Surah Al-Fatiha is Ruqya? Right, so it means that it is Surah Al-Fatiha is Ruqya, meaning it is something one can use to cure certain particular or forms of diseases. And so when the Prophet asked them about it, and then he then told them, then bring my share. So the Prophet ate from the share of what they received from the people of the village. Right. So you may decide to read Surah Al-Fatiha the number of times that you deem fit or you deem necessary. Don't limit yourself to a particular ayah or you say, oh, this ayah is the one that is meant for Ruqya. Any ayah, any surah in the Quran can be used for what? Ruqya. And this is how it is done. Do not recite and spit your saliva into the water. You might end up contaminating it. So the best is just recite and blow air over the water. Example. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. I have blown air over the water. Now I'll continue the recitation as in how many times I can. And I can also add the Mu'awwizatain, An-Nas wal Falak, and then Ahad, that is Surah what? Qul Huwallahu Ahad, right? Let's do that. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. You know, the names of Allah are the most powerful names that we have. You may decide to add them. That is what I do usually, right? And that's how we will do it now. Allah, Anta Rahmanur Rahim, Al-Malik Al-Quddus, Al-Salam, Al-Mu'min, Al-Muhaymin, Al-Aziz, Al-Jabbar, Al-Mutakabbir, الخالق البارئ المصور الغفار القهار الوهاب الرزاق الفتاح العليم القابض الباسط الحافظ الرافع المعز المذل السميع البصير الحكم العدل اللطيف الخبير الحليم العظيم الغفور الشكور العلي الكبير الحفيظ المجيد الحسيب الجليل الكريم الركيب المجيب الواسع الحكيم الودود المجيد الباعث الشهيد الحق القوي المتين الولي الحميد المحسن المبدع المعيد المحيي المميت حي القيوم الواجد الماجد الواحد الصمد القادر المقتدر المقدم المؤخر الأول الآخر الظاهر الباطن الوالي المتعال البر التواب المنتقم العفو الرؤوف مالك الملك ذو الجلال والإكرام اللهم اشفها بأسمائك كلها if the female اللهم اشفه بأسمائك كلها برحمتك يا عزيز يا غفار. If you want to add any dua, you can add it in any language at all you want. Right? If it is jinn attack that you want to look at, then you can add Surah al-Jinn. قل أوحي إلي أنه استمع نفر من الجن فقالوا إنا سمعنا قرآنا عجبا يهدي إلى الرشد فآمنا به ولن نشرك بربنا أحدا وأنه تعالى جد ربنا ما اتخذ صاحبة ولا ولدا. And others will choose Surah Al-Baqarah Alif Lam Mim ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون. Right? Some will go and pick from آية الكرسي الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يعوضه حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. لا إكراه في الدين قد تبين الرشد من الغي فمن يكفر بالطاغوت ويؤمن بالله فقد استمسك بالعروة الوثقى لا انفصام لها والله سميع عليم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما باركت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. And that is all. Depending on how many verses or how many surahs you want to read, it is unto you. Right? Every single ayah carries the same power as any ayah at all in the Quran. And so when this is done, we just simply, remember I told you, don't spit your saliva into the water. And when that is done, you gently fill it back into a container. Inshallah, I can bet you, if you have someone afflicted by jinn or someone afflicted by any evil eye, and then it disturbs the fellow, when you give this particular water as it is now to that fellow, I bet you in the name of Allah, that will definitely vanish. So this is how Ruqyah is just done, and it's been sold to you in the market, right? So inshallah, thank you very much for being with us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.